had to take my robe and bun it off and look halfway decent for the people. Because Rona got your girl looking a little busted. But it's all right. Your girl's still fine. Keep pressing to me. What's up, good people? It's your girl Keep Pressing to Me here, coming to you guys with an encouraging message that will help you press towards accomplishing your goals, walking in the fullness of your purpose, and growing stronger with your relationship with God. I feel like I need to add an extra pillar, like not only for those 3 elements, but just enduring life. Like, I feel like this video is just gonna be real chill, just a conversation, and we're just gonna check. Okay, so let's get into it. So as you guys see in my title, you see, what do you do in the meantime, in between time? As you guys still know, because you're enduring it as well, we're still on lockdown due to COVID-19. And in my last video, just kind of been, I was just expressing like where I currently was at the time, just as far as like being in this place of just being like in this season of I don't know what's in store, I don't know what's to come, and just kind of dealing with some idols, just kind of dealing with what I was at spiritually. So this particular video, I just kind of want to talk to you guys about what do you do in the meantime. I don't know about y'all, but I have been looking and watching a lot of videos, a lot of sermons. Of course, like my pastor, Bishop Moody, recently, he just did this sermon series about like knowing who you are in Christ. I think I forgot the exact name of it, but it's something like in terms of your identity. And he was, saying a lot of things profound in his most recent sermon about making sure that you are not at the same place spiritually or mentally than where you were when you first entered this whole quarantine COVID-19 crisis. That in this time, in this downtime, like you should be better, like growing in some form of capacity. And I believe that. Not only him, like I've been listening to a lot of T.D. Jakes sermons, and he's just been, speaking that real stuff about like, just being sure that you're getting that you are just at this place where it's you and God. Like, forget the church as far as like the church titles and all the legalities and logistics and traditions about what church bring, but being sure that you are at this place where you are honest and transparent with your relationship with God. And that's been blessing me tremendously. And of course, I've been seeing like the videos, every form of prophet, every form of influencer, whether they are, Christian influencers or just regular, just people who want to have a voice and a podium and a, audience, they just, everybody's kind of pretty much saying the same thing. And they're basically, promoting and encouraging and saying, hey, if you are, a creator, if you are, if you got a dream, if you got a goal, if you got something in the works to be doing, this is the perfect time for you to write your business plan. This is the perfect time for you to start the ministry, write the book, start the business, this is the perfect time. God is still blessing in this season. And I agree 100%. However, because again, we're just having a conversation, just a little chit chat. Something that I have discovered within myself, that in the meantime, and when I say in the meantime, in the between time, because I personally feel like we are in this weird season of just being in the wilderness. And when I say like the wilderness, it's like where we're coming from something and about to enter something else, but we really don't know what's to come. And the unknown is probably driving a lot of us more crazy than anything. Because I don't know about y'all, but as for myself, I am a control freak. I like to know the next thing. I like to be in control. I like to know. But as we all are enduring, God kind of really put a halt to it and let us all know, like, I'm God, I run this, I do what I want to do, when I want to do, and how I want to do it. So in this in-between meantime moment from leaving your here and heading there and not quite knowing what there is, I know I'm being a little deep. Just follow me. Just run with me. I feel like not only is it important for us to take the time to create and start and perfect. If you already have a business, see where you can take your business. What is the next, what's the next phase of your business? How can your business grow? If you're already doing ministry, how can you make your ministry, get to this next level? If you haven't started the book, it's a perfect time to do your outline. If you want to write songs, whatever it is, this is the perfect time to create. I get that. That's beautiful. I agree 100%. But in the meantime, in between time moment that we're in, I strongly feel like it is so important that we take the time to really ask ourselves some harsh, important questions in terms of how we feel, how's our mental state, how's our heart, what's in our heart, what are some things that's that's still triggering, our characteristics, our mindsets, our viewpoints, our perspectives. I feel like it's so important to really do some soul searching and really ask yourself some questions in terms of who you are, whose you are, and accepting and being at peace with the person that you see in the mirror every day. Because I don't know about y'all, like, in this time, I literally just I had the opportunity to really look at some of my old journals and just kind of read my mindset and just like pay attention to my tone and seeing the growth. Like, sometimes I don't think we take the time to really sit still and appreciate and see, like, bro, I've really grown. Like, I've really matured. I really, that thing that used to bother me don't really bother me as it should. Or I see that there was an issue then, but I still see that is a major issue. So let's just try to dissect this and see why, why do I have this issue? Why does this certain thing bother me? So yes, I definitely believe that in the meantime, it is so important that we take advantage of to utilize our imagination to the best way possible and be creative and start. We got goals that we had set for the beginning of the year. There are things that we said we wanted to accomplish. There's places that we said we wanted to go. And I do feel like God is going to give us the opportunity to do it. But maybe, just maybe, God is still using this time for us to get ourselves together. Like, just to not be so busy. Because there is a big difference from being a thing and doing a thing. It is like I can use myself as an example. At my church, I'm pretty active in church and I am an intercessor. I'm on the prayer team. That's what we do. We pray. That's what I do. But it wasn't until, because I'm being all the way transparent, just to give a little background, like, I questioned God. Like, God, are you sure you want me to join this team? Like, I can be a greeter. I can do anything else. Like, what you want me to do? And he was just like, okay, I need you to be an intercessor. Like, this is what I called you to do. And I kid you not, like, every time I serve, I ask God, are you sure you want me to come up here? You sure? Because I know me. I know I ain't all the way there. I know I'm one who gonna tell you all day I fall short. I thank God for grace and mercy, because I need it every day. So I say all that to say is that that's what I do. It comes out naturally. That's what I do. I do feel like it's a gift of mine. But it wasn't until this moment that I realized, no, I need to actually be an intercessor. Now that the church doors are closed, are you still gonna pray? Are you still gonna be on your face praying on other people's behalf? Are you still gonna be, really operating out of this gift? That's the difference. I feel like it's so important for us to utilize this time to not be so quick to yearn for the business again, like to yearn for the hustle and bustle and the business of life, that we don't take the time of just actually allowing God to like groom us to become whomever God wants us to be in the next phase of life. Because we're finna enter a new normal. Like, things is not gonna be just all the way the same and just act like ain't nothing happened. No, there's some precautions that we still gonna have to make due to, health reasons and all that type of stuff. But I feel like in the meantime, in between time, it's so important for us to not only create, not only take some time to identify and really do some soul searching, just like really ask yourself, like, why am I the way that I am? Like, and ask God, like, ain't no wrong for you to ask the Lord. Like, that's the scripture. I'm gonna put it somewhere in here in the book of James. If you need wisdom, I think it's James 1 or James 2 is one of it's in the book of James, and he clearly says, like, if you need wisdom, ask your Heavenly Father. Like, he is willing to give you the answer. He's open and willing to tell you, to give you whatever it is. So I feel like it's so important for us to do some soul searching and, just take some time out to really think, not to be so caught up in being busy and being so caught up in having the titles and so caught up of feeling the need that you have to do something, because you don't have to. And I got so much freedom in this moment because, as y'all can see, my subscribers or whatever, I'm not dropping these videos faithfully, and I'm gonna get to it. I really am. Again, I had to get myself right. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't do, for those who really know me, they know I don't do nothing to make anybody happy. I do it because the Lord ordered me, especially if I'm sitting around here trying to have a platform or whatever to, anyway, I don't do nothing if I don't get no green light. And I had to, in this process, I had to ask God, like, what is going on? Like, why? Because we're talking about creating and doing stuff. I'm like, Lord, I should be doing so many more videos. I could do so much, things like right now with, my content and my YouTube channel and my Instagram, like, what's going on? And God had kind of revealed to me, like, that's gonna happen. It will come. But let's deal with you. Let's kind of deal with some of your nasty ways. Let's kind of deal with your insecurities. Let's kind of deal with, your fears and your thought process and why you feel the way that you feel when it comes down to your emotions and your heart and your mind. And I was just like, dang, like, it ain't nothing like you being revealed to yourself. And if we don't take the time to really allow that process to manifest in this time, I feel like once whatever it is that you believe in God for and to be in terms of whatever it is, that whatever dream and goal that you have, if you don't get self right, you're gonna mismanage it because you're not stable. You're not together. You're not at one, because if you grow and you get increased into a whole nother level, and if your mental capacity cannot match what you believe in God for, it's going to be tarnished. Period. Like, or if you take a limb out of faith and you produce or showcase whatever it is that you believe in God for, whether it's a song or whatever, a book or whatever, and it doesn't get the sales or it doesn't get the recognition or get the praise that you think that it will be, if your mental space is not intact, it's gonna crush you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope this is making sense. But again, in the meantime, in between time, I ain't got no 1, 2, 3 steps, you know, with this particular video. But I do feel like it's just so important for us to really take the time to not only be creative, but be honest with ourselves. Ask yourself some hard questions. Ask yourself, are you okay with where you're at career-wise, where you at spiritually, where you're at financially, where you're at in your living situation, where you're at whatever, in your relationship, if you're in a relationship, if you're single. Ask the hard questions. Because when you start asking the hard questions, that's when you start being honest with yourself, and you be transparent, and you have a freedom where you can be able to say, no, I don't like this. I'm sick of this. I want this. I'm tired of this. And when you start saying all that stuff, God is listening. Okay, well, I see you tired now. Because, you know, because it ain't nothing like, especially us females, us sisters, ain't nothing like us being tired. When we sick or tired of a thing, that's when we really bust a move. So it's like, take that time to discover more things about yourself and to really do some soul searching. Because again, none of us planned COVID. None of us planned this quarantine. None of us planned that the whole world just stopped like this. But I ain't got time to be saying how it started, why it started. That's not my gift. I don't operate in that. And I ain't finna even have this whole conspiracy theory and say, well, God did this and God did that. No. But I do know that the word clearly says in Romans 8:28 that he used all things for the good of those who love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose. I know I love the Lord. You watching me? I know you love the Lord too. We are called. So he's going to use this for our good. So again, if like all the other people are saying, operate, start, work on, do all this stuff, that's beautiful. I believe it. I agree. I'm doing the same. But dog on it. Let's take some time to really get our heart straight, get our mind straight, get our soul straight, get our body straight, get ourselves straight as an individual. Because if you get so caught up with the titles and caught up in the hustle and bustle again, when this thing is over, you still neglected yourself. And you're going to crash. And it's like, you're going to be like, dang, I'm overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much what all I got. I hope it made sense. I really do. I really hope it made sense. But that's where I'm at right now. That's my headspace. Like right now, I'm just asking myself those questions. Like asking myself the hard questions. Really praying some real serious prayers. Like, God, have your way. But let me tell you how I feel. You know, like, let me tell you what's going on. Let me tell you what's really in my heart. Before I cast this out to you, let me talk to you. Let me just tell you what's on my mind. You know, and just being very honest and transparent and just freeing yourself from the standards of others and the opinions of others and even the crazy thoughts that you put yourself, like the crazy thought process that you have within yourself, making yourself feel as if you should have a certain thing or be a certain thing or accomplish a certain thing. And that's really not the case. So yeah, that's all I got. That's all my whole spiel. I ain't trying to be all long and lengthy. Comment below on what exactly you are doing in your meantime, in between time. What are some things that you're currently working on? Where's your headspace spiritually, mentally, physically, in terms of you as a person? I'm not talking about the things that you got to do or the things that you want to do next. I do feel like those things are very, very important, but I also feel like your mental state and how you're feeling as an individual, how you're feeling with the things within your heart matters just as much. So Let me know your thought process in the comments below. I promise you I will respond. And drop some topics that you would like for me to talk about in the area of God, in the area of purpose, goals, and life. Just regular life. Because life, like that's the thing I say, like me and my mom say all the time, life is life. Life is gonna knock on your door with some swift transitions. It's a whole old gospel song. I think it's called Hold to His Hands. And that's like a part of the lyrics. Like life is filled with swift transitions. One minute you in your valley, the next minute you going through. So like life is life. So yeah, drop some comments below in the area of this enduring life and what life provides. And yeah, that's all I got on this one. Follow me on Instagram at Keep Pressing to Me. Send me a DM, send me an email at keeppressingtome@gmail.com. Please let me know your thought process as far as topics that you would like for me to discuss. And